to save because when Paul needed money, I was the guy who had money. I don't even know how, but I'm in one or the other. With all my friends, I'm always like, "We need to pay a bill." And this Felix, I'm like, "Please, guys, no, not this time." So that was the one thing that Paul did for me when now going to Mombasa, because now every coin that I had, instead of going and investing to somewhere, I'll end up now getting it.
So since I was very young, I used to play outside with the boys, come home in late. So it made me, toughened me up, because now I was playing with the boys and I wasn't in the house with the women.
You're done with primary, you go through the cut, the process, and now finally you're told to, you're a man now, you toughen up,
But where is this thing? Even,
It's just there,
but
the
why do you
society.
always do that as you explain it?
So you really don't get...
You're pushing everything in.
Sitting in a table, then somebody says, my girlfriend left me the other day. And so the feedback that you see the feedback around the table, people are like, you see, it's something, So it's something ashamed, it's something shameful.
Let me ask you guys, do you have elder brother? Who has an elder brother?
Firstborn.
Firstborn. Okay. Did your elder brother, since he had already reached Mombasa ahead of you, did he tell you how it was?
First of all, we never even grew up together. So let me just put it this way. My biological bigger brother, we didn't grow up together. But then I had a series of other brothers now. And the conversation was different because I feel like we have similar stories, but not in high school or school setting. Because me, I'm from, the areas of around Kibra, and then all of a sudden I'm in South Sea. And this time South Sea is like the 8th place. So I'm coming to this place and this is the worst. I feel like this is always takes me to those moments. I feel like it's kind of the worst thing that I've ever said. It's my first time having macaroni. And you know how macaroni looks like, right? Yeah. So silently go and ask our house manager then. Indio Matumbuya Estate. I've not forgotten that. I've not forgotten. Like, it was so bad because and this every day, I think even when we meet the same people that I grew up with now, it's different. But then I want to say, at some point, some of my brothers really shifted my perspective in life. I had a late brother called Paul. Paul saw so much in me that in a way he was kinda always giving me hints. I knew how to save because when Paul needed money, I was the guy who had money. I don't even know how, but I'm in one or the other. With all my friends, I'm always like, "We need to pay a bill." And this Felix, I'm like, "Please, guys, no, not this time." So that was the one thing that Paul did for me when now going to Mombasa, because now every coin that I had, instead of going and investing to somewhere, I'll end up now getting it. And then apart from that, it shifted a lot of my perspective. I think one of the best experiences I still remember is Paul knew how to play. So the way you're having many girls coming at home and all that, and my dad would get angry.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm in class 7, class 8, I'm asking Paul, what do you do different that you always get these girls? And he just gave me a very simple tip. If you can say hello and she'll say hello back, whether she is the hardest of them all, dude, you can get her.
Just hello.
Just hello, and she says hello back.
Yes,
literally, that's the one policy I go into any boardrooms with. If I can say hello to you and you'll say hello back to me,
you're through.
I know I'm good.
Yeah.
If you don't give me an attitude, I'm like, if the attitude, I'm like, you're not saying hello back, fine. But if you do,
then everything's good.
I could make Ruto give me business today.
You see? Now, let's go and get on to the real business. We talked at the beginning about scars and that all of us have them to different extent. And if we had time, we'd go into detail. Have you been unwell? Have you been involved in an accident or thing? You'll find one of us has been this and that. So, in a journey of our lives, we know that our body is hurt, our body is unwell, and it goes through a process of treatment if it's serious, and or healing itself if you, you clean the wound and you do a few things. Would we say that the same is with the mind? We couldn't have gone 25 years. I couldn't have gone 63 years without some kind of mental scarring, mental falling down, needing assistance and help and coming up, but eventually coming to sit with you this evening. Can we agree on that? It's true. But how many times have you gone to see a mental health professional or discuss something with anybody? If we compare with the number of times you've seen daktari, nurse, medical officer, So, gentlemen, a word by your brother, just giving you the secrets of how, he gets his dates, which is applicable, it seems, for anything. Just by sharing that creates a world of difference for something else. As a man, why do you feel it difficult to share experiences or even to listen? It's both ways, because if you start telling me nonsense, I just tell you, guy, don't even go there. Why? I'll start with you, Alvin, now.
No, to be honest, first of all, the scars are there. The scars are there. And the worst thing about, especially as a guy or as a man, is that you think that the scars are just a way of life. It's just a rite of passage. No, that's the unfortunate reality about it. And in the last 20, I wish they were 25, but they're closer to 30 that I would wish than I would wish the years to be. But through the years, you don't realize that all these scars actually have an impact in molding who you are, in molding your reactions to different things. Another question as to why do we as men not find it easy to talk to or easy to listen to other people? One, because men are supposed to be tough.
Who told you that?
But that's the thing.
Who? Did your dad tell you that?
No, my dad.
No.
Yeah.
Did your grandfather tell you that?
I did. No,
he?
actually, no, he didn't. Nobody ever did. But
nobody ever did. So which rule book did you get that from?
That is the perspective, in the sense that if you look at how the perception, it's out there.
Who said you?
It's out there. It's an unwritten rule.
No, it's unwritten. But then who said it?
It's like the Magna Carta.
No, tell me who said it. Even who said it?
Yeah.
Your brother said it?
No.
In school?
In school.
It's in school they said it.
Yeah, in school.
But anywhere else, did they really say that?
No. Then the other thing.
Did your uncles tell you that? That is.
No. What happens? You see now with the older, what you do, we observe. We observe a lot. Now, based on observation, you listen to how people react to something. Say if you're sitting in a table, then somebody says, my girlfriend left me the other day. And so the feedback that you see the feedback around the table, people are like, you see, it's something, So it's something something shameful.
And you were just about to cry, but
when
you
exactly.
saw the
then you're
reaction
like,
from these fellas,
and then
you just say, no, it's time to hold back.
Exactly. And then what these fellas will do, they won't listen to you. What they'll tell you is, they will just, if you are hanging out somewhere, bring a bar.
Another one.
Yeah, please bring her, and then the conversation shifts to football or something totally different. So one is the spaces. Genuinely, we don't have.
Yeah, but girlfriends don't live here.
No, there's something different. Maybe just to interject into your conversation.
Yeah.
And maybe I think I've seen this a lot. It's not that someone is laughing at you because to make you look like a fool. Rather, they remember their own experiences and then they
are relating.
So they relate to it. So it's not a laughter to like kind of brush you away. No.
But more often than not, at that particular moment in time, nobody tells you, by the way, it's because so this has happened. Nobody tells you, it also happened to me, take it easy. They just, you shut down
Shut
that
it.
conversation.
Now, when you
Yeah.
shut it, isn't it like having a wound and then instead of having it cleaned and everything, you just bag it up?
Exactly. So that's
You
what
seal
happens.
it
You
with
don't even
everything
seal
inside.
it. You don't even seal it. You just put it away. You just put it on the side. So it continue getting
Does
bacteria.
it do
and-
you good?
No, it doesn't.
But
Yeah?
I feel you're lucky because I have such a bad experience with that. My first heartbreak, I'm so serious. I still remember this, and we didn't just laugh. So for like 1 year, there's this song by I think it's Jennifer Hudson, Each Tear. No, it's not Jennifer Hudson. It's Mary J. Blige. So Each Tear. So every time I'm in the sitting room and something happens, and then someone just plays that song. Each tear, there is a lesson. It just get to the mental.
right.
You're like, really, really,
Yeah.
But I feel it though.
Yeah. So why is the spaces we don't have? Generally, there are no places where you can actually share. We can like safe spaces where people can share without, let's say, involvement of drugs or a distraction, other than like in the spaces that men have. Part of the reason why we don't have it's because men can just hang out. Men hang out with other things, like we hang out with football.
But
we
you're going to
with
hang out
beers.
tonight. What do you talk about the whole night?
Football, girls, like it's usually there's no just a space where people can actually have. It's usually a space where we are watching football, we're watching rugby. So those are the things. And
Why can't you connect with guys? Why don't you share what you feel?
yeah,
I think it takes time. I'm lucky to have such a circle of friends right now. About 4 friends now who, at least on weekends, will meet up with. Could be my place, someone else's place. Just grill some meat, talk football, but also share about experiences. But why now it's easy with us? I think it's because apparently we are from the same high school. Then went to the same campus, just different courses, same campus. So, and then apparently even after campus, we end up staying around the same estate. So that makes it easier for us to now meet on the weekends. But looking at it's been how long? 4 years in high school, 4 more years in campus, and now is when you guys are realizing we really now need to have that space. So I think it really takes a while for men. My answer goes back to what he said. Honestly, you're done with primary, you go through the cut, the process, and now finally you're told you're a man now, you're tough enough.
But where is this thing? Even
It's just there in
but why
society.
do you always do that as you explain it?
Yeah. So you really don't get.
You're pushing everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
It's
don't
going
get
to
to grow up being a
explode.
person who really expresses himself.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a heartbreak or anything. Someone will tell you, yeah, that happened to me too. But no, the thing is, they don't tell you how they really handle it. So it tells you like you'll be okay. Yes, it will go up or you were there. So you haven't really gotten the answer of how did you really go through it, how do you really get past it. And so you have to figure out by yourself, and whatever means say that just you sweep it under the carpet and hope
Yeah.
that
So now you try and
it will
find your way
pass,
to Mombasa by
you know.
yourself.
Someone will try and
Crawling
indulge in
on the
maybe
floor.
a bit of, a drink or two. People know you end up finding different ways of how to cope around it.
But it's wasteful, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but you really don't. You just end up going around
Yeah.
the problem rather than going
That's it.
handling it. Yeah. So I think for men, it takes us really a long way to really build that space. Yeah. I guess it's the fear of being judged. Really, they're gonna laugh. Being laughed at. Probably the such the men don't really get emotional.
But
so you
do
really
people
can't.
laugh at you now? Maybe in high school it doesn't matter. Guys
Yeah.
can laugh at you, and you'd really feel it. Now,
I
will
think
guys
now-
still laugh at you? And
No, not really. I mean, you guys will banter here and there,
yeah, the
but
banter
Yeah.
is still
The banter is still there,
something,
but
but
it doesn't. It's not heavy.
yeah, it's not
But
heavy.
it's still there.
not
It's still
heavy.
there.
So at the end of it all, you walked up to them feeling sad, but you guys end up sharing a couple of laughs, and you end up feeling better at the end of it all. Yeah.
Well, maybe the story will be a better teaching. So let me give you an example of me
Yes.
when I was young.
go ahead.
So when I was young, I was raised in a family whereby my dad was a breadwinner, and he will do it so nicely, whereby he would make sure that the community is okay, us as children be okay.
Okay.
So that means I grew up in a household full of people. because he would give some handouts here and there. And to my luck or to my disadvantage, the many people who were in the house were women. So cousins, house manager, mom. So if I can count, I was young, living in a house full of almost 8 women. So.
And you're still here. You're still here.
This is how we start. Uko na sister?
I do. So, so this is what happened. One day, my dad came home early, and as usual, my cousins and my sisters used to love doing makeups, doing Q-tex and everything, but I was the dummy. So now you see, Q-tex itakaje kwa mkono yangu, the small fingers using mine. So my dad walked in and saw that.
He found you all this.
They applied cuticles on my fingers. Oh, it was so angry. Like, mtanaribia kijana, I don't want to see this in my house anymore. So he had to change something. And from that change really made me see a lot of difference in me. Because first he stopped, he made sure that sasa sina curfew. There is no like, and I need to stay in the house. So now he removed the curfew permanently in my life. So since I was very young, I used to play outside with the boys, come home in late. So it made me, toughened me up, because now I was playing with the boys and I wasn't in the house with the women. But looking at
women
it,
soft.
Some women are soft, because you see, with us
physically,
men,
mentally,
with us men, we are logical creatures, but with women, they are more emotional. So
why do you say that?
Why I would say that? It's because I would say something to me sounds right, but when I say something to a woman, the first statement they'll say is they feel.
And you don't feel?
No, okay, just at an argument, you get the point.
Yes, I get it.
So
do you feel?
Yes, definitely. But for me, I will look at it in a logical perspective, try and see it makes sense.
Why would you say that they're illogical?
Because some statements you would utter. Let's say, for example, you're competing with, you want to plant maybe a certain climber, but it will look good because you've seen maybe 10 years from now how it will look there. But for her, it's like, no, me, I don't want that climber. The neighbors will say something. So for her, for mine is logical, trying to think of this place in a few years it will look good, but for her it's the neighbors will see. So
but how can our brains be so wired differently?
Men are from Mars,
okay, yeah, we'll come back. You're saying that.
But I mean, it's based on our brain. So women have the neural wiring of the brain is a bit on a network side, so it kind of connects 1 to 2 things. You know, there's a joke we say that why can't you trust an atom? It makes things up, right? I could also say, why can't you trust women? They're atoms.
But don't people say that we're born with a blank hard drive? It only has the basics of breathing, what to do, this, that, but everything else we learn.
Yeah.
We either were taught or so it's blank. So really, the physical, yes, there's different, but between the rest is.
Okay, for that one, basically what happens is you have a blank hard drive, but depending on where this hard drive is exposed, it has generations of
No, it doesn't have it inside.
No, but let's say, assuming you were born in Ukambani, right?
Yeah, no. You remember, he's the one who gave us the best story.
All right, yes. So where were you born?
Me? I was born in Kisumu.
You were born in Kisumu?
Yeah.
Somewhere by the lakeside.
Yeah, but he's traveled many places and he always forgets where he came from. So, every time he's fresh.
It's not fresh, because in any time you expose, like for some instance, let's say like someone who's vegetarian, our bodies are the same completely. Is it vegan or vegetarian? Like the people who don't eat, who don't eat any animal products, our bodies are the same. They will breathe the same way, but they will not eat meat, and they will still live. And us guys will still eat, and we will have the same thing. So it's just more of the environment.
If I was born in a castle as a prince or whatever,
Yeah.
let me tell you, I would grow up as a prince
Exactly.
very nicely.
Exactly.
If I grew up as a fisherman's son,
You
I
will
would grow up very nicely, smiling and
I
everything.
kind of
That's
feel
the
like
environment.
I kind of seen where he's heading towards, and maybe I'll give a different shift. So one of the things that growing up, I've been calling myself a very lazy strategist. You tell me we need to do something like this. I'll look at every form of strategy, and I'll look at, okay, which one looks like they hard to start with and then easy to finish. I'll take that one. That's basically me. So if you're telling me to go sign a business, I'll look at which one is going to give us big numbers. So I'll spend my time getting there and then going down. That has been my wiring. But even before knowing that, typically someone would call me lazy, and I was like, no, I'm not lazy. I do things differently. But there's a book I read, Mastery by Robert Greene. In fact, I carry it everywhere I go. Even the bag that I was in, it's inside. So one of the things the book kind of helped me shift is my way of thinking and my approach to life. So when I get into an environment, I'm trying to imagine, like, if you're in a group setting, everybody has a different mind, all this and all this. So I want to make sure that as much as you're in a group setting, I maintain a level of individuality that it comes about.
Yeah.
So I still feel like, yes, it doesn't mean that as much as being the son of the fisherman, you have to be a fisherman at the same time, right?
No, you don't.
You could make a really great fisherman, because by the time you're growing up, you've mastered the game more than your father did. But yeah,
And I can exchange.
and you
can't
can
I?
exchange, yeah.
You said positive. You said approach and
In terms of?
no. You said there are two things that you maintained: positive approach and something else.
Like I think I would say I'll go to a room, and it's not necessarily positive, but I maintain my level of individuality even within a group. So
yeah.
if when like for example in a company, when you're writing emails, you will know this was my email. I swear, my team will tell you this
That
email was
one,
done
so
by,
you
by
can't
Felix.
escape.
Of all things, so the one thing I know is, for me, I prefer having a signature in whatever I'm doing. If I'm pitching, you know it's me. If the other person say this and
So
this,
you're individual.
I'm individual.
Am I not also?
You are.
Everybody is individual.
Yes.
That's what you're suggesting,
Yeah.
right?